Hey there, I'm over here at Steam Stadium. Like others, I've been kind of wondering how this coronavirus is going to affect the immediate future for schools and activities that kids like sports, plays, band, choir, and there's so many different other activities that I could name. What must it have felt like to be in the middle of a season or in the playoffs and not have playoffs, not have practices, not have concerts and plays that we're prepared for with a lot of work. Also, when we're involved in all these different activities, it can be kind of a race. We're racing from thing to thing all the time. What's it feel like when the race suddenly stops? I have two passages from St. Paul about the race that I want to mention. The first is from his letter to the Hebrews, chapter 12, where St. Paul writes, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us rid ourselves of every burden and sin that clings to us, and persevere in running the race that lies before us, while keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus, the leader and perfecter of our faith." When kids are in sports, there's parents and spectators cheering them on. When we run the race with our goal being heaven, like St. Paul says, we have a great crowd of witnesses cheering us on and praying for us that we can reach our final goal, heaven. In getting better at something we like doing, we may need to make changes in our life to get better, to set aside enough time to practice. In order to grow in our faith, to persevere in running the race, St. Paul says to get rid of sin. Sin separates us from God and from reaching our goal, that being heaven. St. Paul also wrote in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, "Do you not know that in a race all runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever." My favorite teams to play for and my favorite teams to watch are the teams who work extremely hard, practicing hard, play their games 110%, and play intense. At the same time, you could tell they're having a ton of fun. That's what it's all about, working hard and having a good time as a team while you're doing it. St. Paul said everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. Natural talent only takes us so far. The athletes who are a whole nother level have a combination of natural talent and an insane work ethic. Growing in our faith requires discipline. Having a set prayer time every day, attending Mass every week, spiritual reading, and helping others are the disciplines that have proven over the centuries to help us grow closer to God and grow spiritually. In these two scripture passages, St. Paul is teaching us to persevere in practicing our faith with Jesus' help. The angels and the people in heaven are a cloud of witnesses helping us with their prayers. We can focus on many things, but our focus should be on Jesus first. Then we can do what's in front of us with His blessing. Lastly, we should never make decisions that hinder us from receiving the crown that will last forever, but instead we need to make sacrifices that ensure we receive the crown that will last forever, meaning go to heaven. Sometimes we can do things backwards and sacrifice for everything else instead of making sacrifices for Jesus and our faith. May you all have a blessed day. We're all on the same team. Let's run this race together. And one day we too can enjoy God's presence together in heaven with all the angels and saints and our loved ones who have went there before us.